Hey everybody out there in Hot Rod Land, it's Phil coming to you once again from Carcraft Classics. Got another cool new piece of inventory to show to you today. Got a beautiful 1971 Chevy Monte Carlo, somewhat of a survivor car. We'll get into more of that in just a moment. For those of you watching one of my videos for the first time, this is Carcraft Classics. We're located at 321 Canton Road. We're in Cumming, Georgia, about 30 miles north of Atlanta. About a half hour, 40 minutes from the airport. Number for the shop is 470-239-4977. My personal cell number is 770-317-1415. Feel free to give me a call if you've got any questions about this car or any others that we have. And remember, we sell classic cars, trucks, neon signs, wheel and tire packages, novelty items, all kinds of cool stuff here at Carcraft Classics. So be sure to visit us on the web at carcraftclassics.com. And our email is carcraftclassics@gmail.com. If you're into the cool classic vehicles, please give us a thumbs up on this video here and subscribe to our channel. Really helps with exposure for us small business owners, so I'd appreciate that. So anyway, back to the car. This car actually came to us locally, which is kind of rare. A lot of the vehicles we have, we hunt down all around the southeast. We try to stay in that area. We're looking for good, clean, rust-free cars and trucks. But this one came to me just as a stroke of luck, and I'm absolutely in love. First of all, I'm a Monte Carlo guy. If you watch my videos, you've heard me say I'm a big car kind of guy. Started out my driving career with a 76 Cadillac Seville, so I'm a big luxurious kind of classic car guy. Not that I don't like the muscle cars, I do, but this one's kind of a cross between the two. You know, it's got some muscle, but I believe back in '70 when it was introduced, GM kind of marketed it as the personal luxury vehicle, but yet we've got a big block under the hood. So again, it's kind of the best of both worlds. So anyway, got this beautiful 71. Gentleman came to me, the nephew of the owner of the vehicle, the original owner, came to me and asked us to market this vehicle for him. So we've got it all cleaned up, did a little bit of research, and we're so happy to bring this to you because again, survivors are tough to find. And there's so many guys and gals out there that love the classics, and these things can change hands and change hands quite a bit. So when you get a one owner vehicle that's somewhat rare like this one, it's exciting. Now why do you say, you might ask, why is this one rare? Well, first of all, it's an early Monte Carlo, right? There's not a lot of first gens out there to begin with. But on top of that, you know, this car, when it was introduced in 70, 71, and 72, I believe it was, came with a few different engine options. You had the 350 with the turbo 350 automatic trans. Then you had, I believe, a small block 400 that you could get with a turbo 400 trans. And then there were big block options. There was the 402, which is, you know, a little bit bored out 396. And then they had introduced the 454 on the Super Sport model. Well, this is not a Super Sport, but it had the largest engine you could buy back in 71. This is the 402 big block engine with the 4-barrel carburetor. I forget the horsepower. It's probably somewhere around 300. But I could look that up for you, and if anybody needs to know, shoot me a text. Again, my cell is 770-317-1415. So she's got her share of little bumps and bruises, but overall this thing was cared for by the original owner, and his goal was to keep it all original. And he did. You know, stickers fell off the air cleaner, paint came off the valve covers, the dual master cylinder did rust, but he kept it original. And then he has some silly things like this oversized horn under the hood, which does work, by the way. But anyway, highly optioned car. As you can see, it does have factory air and it does work. It does have power disc brakes and dual master cylinder for the brakes. And it also has, as you can see down there, power steering. As we get inside the car, I'll show you it also has power windows and a beautiful black interior. Again, the car, the value in this bad boy is the originality. One owner, North Georgia all its life. Super clean, cool car. Don't see any evidence of accidents, although I don't, you can't pull a Carfax in this car, but it just has the appearance of a car that was cared for. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect, and the price will reflect that. But you have a good car here that can be driven just the way it is, or obviously restored if somebody wanted a perfect vehicle. So anyway, it's got the big block V8, highly desirable 402, and the turbo 400 transmission, the higher option transmission that you could get that year. And I just read about this car, did a little research before shooting this video, and those grills were, GM was very proud of them, let's just say. So it's got the Corinthian Knight head emblem there, I think that's what they called it, and then it's got that squared off grill, which I believe if you count them up, it has 728 little squares. Very distinctive, unique grill. I think this car was built on the Chevy chassis, so the body's different, but the frame of the car was already, well proven underneath the Chevy. Got beautiful 14 or 15 inch rally wheels, trim rings and center caps. It's got the period correct BFG, raised white letter tires, got the black vinyl top. There's a bump up there. I think the nephew said somebody backed into it in the driveway, so it's got a small dent repair there, nothing major. Again, if you're looking for an original Survivor car, that's what this is. It's not an $80,000 chip foose restored perfect car, but it's also not carrying that price tag. So while the paint has its share of dings, chips, little bumps and bruises, spots where it's been touched up, I don't see any bubbles or any rust. I don't see any paint flaking off. The top appears to be in very good shape. I don't see any spots where it has, bubbling underneath from water retention or rust underneath. Around the back glass looks pretty good. Oh, it looks very good actually. Trim is all there. Rear package tray, hopefully you can see through the glass. That's in great shape. Somewhere along the line it got a third brake light. They did not offer that in 1970. Stance I always thought on the Monte Carlos was perfect, man. Really sharp car, cool body lines. In the trunk, all original. No scars from quarter panel replacement. See if we can get around to this passenger side. No panel replacement, all original panels. The trunk floor, I'll show you here in just a second. It's got surface rust and a few pinholes. It's not perfect, as you can see. But there's no huge rot holes through or anything like that. A few pinholes. Again, like the rest of the car, you can certainly get in there and replace the trunk pan. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to find one, but it doesn't need it right now. There's no huge holes or missing pieces or anything like that. We got what I believe to be possibly an original spare. Let's see here. Killer color combo too. I love the white and the black. Straight going down the sides. Cool car. Lights are working. Gauges are working. You can see where the paint is a little faded on that rear quarter. I'm not sure if that's coming through on the video, but it's just got a cool patinaed, weathered look to her. Just like you want your Survivor to look. But everything's period correct. We'll get you shots of the undercarriage. You can see the frame rail right there in the shot here. You can see it's not all rusted or rotted out, but we'll get you good, clear pictures of the undercarriage, interior, exterior, the whole 9 yards, like we do with all our cars here at Carcraft Classics. I did want to do this quick walk around video to give any potential out-of-town buyers a good look at the entire vehicle. Let's take a look at those tire sizes. Are they 14s or 15s? Let's look. Okay, those are 15s. So I would imagine they're 15 by 8 rally wheels. It's an original white car, original black interior. I think it's got 116,000 miles on it. I'll check for you when we get inside. Glass is good. Windows roll up and down. Back windows are a little slow, but they do go up and down. Front windows are angry and fast. They work great. I'm not sure if somewhere along the line the regulators got replaced, but they're certainly behaving like they're new. Up and down very quickly. Classic Monte Carlo hood emblem. Super cool. Again, lights work, gauges work, air works. She's ready to roll. You know, when this car came to us too, when the gentleman who again is the nephew of the original owner, this car's been in one family its whole life, when he came to me to bring the car to me, the weather wasn't great. So he said, I'll pull it in, let's take a look at it, let's determine a value, let's set an asking price and do all that stuff. And let's take it for a ride, he said. So I explained, you know, I don't like to drive the classics in the rain if I can avoid it. And this gentleman went on and on and on about, Phil, you've got to drive it. The best feature of this vehicle is how good it goes down the road. So I said, well, listen, I'll take your word for it. Well, he wasn't going for it. He insisted, that's an understatement, that I take it for a ride. So off we went in the light sprinkle and the wet roads. And man, he hit the nail on the head. I was blown away by how good this thing drove. Now again, I'll warn you, as I mentioned before, I am a Monte Carlo fan. So I might be a little biased, but this thing really impressed me. You know, none of the old car aches and pains as far as driving. Brakes working great, not pulling right and left. No shimmy in the steering wheel as you hit the brakes. When you get to a traffic light, the car idles great. It does not shake, it does not attempt to stall. You don't have to feather the throttle, the gas pedal to keep it, you know, idling properly at the light. No dimming of the lights when you come to a stop, like the alternator's bad or anything like that. Acceleration is strong. The idle's probably the best feature. I mean, this thing fires right up and idles and purrs like a kitten. Hate to use that cliche, but it's true. This sucker purrs like a kitten. So again, I can't mention enough that this car is turnkey, ready to enjoy. For somebody who wants to get into the hobby with a car that doesn't require a full restoration, that they can take to a show, they can tinker on the weekends, they can enjoy and drive down the road the day they get it, this is the one. Big block, turbo 400. Believe it's a 10-bolt rear end, but it could be a 12. I'll check on the pictures, and when you see the full ad on our website, it'll be listed there. All right, let's take a look on the interior. Door panels all there, all original. Those power window switches. Again, this car does have power windows, but manual locks. Black interior. This is a bad boy right here. Let's see here. Back seat's in great shape as well. Headrests, seat backs, seat bottoms, everything in good shape in here. Is it new? No, it's not new. Definitely Survivor condition level, but working, running, driving. Let's take a look at this dash and show you that it's not all cracked up. Carpet's not in terrible condition either. It's got the classic faux wood grain dash. I believe what GM was after when they made that was they were trying to imitate the elm wood that came with the Rolls Royce. But in any event, if you know anything about the you know, the 60s and 70s GM cars, you know, they had some cool design features, and this one that was very unique to the Monte Carlo. You didn't see wood grain in the Chevelles or anything like that, but it's got the SS, the Super Sport style gauges, the round ones, and again, everything's working. Speedo. I'm not sure about the clock. We can check that out, but gas gauge is working, headlights are working, even the stereo's working. Let's fire this sucker up. Got some aftermarket gauges over there. Stereo.
Visit orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
Hi, Tom Bodette here. Just back from the boat.
Extended warranties.
October 3rd. High Country.
Alright, so commercials. What are you going to do? But the stereo works, which is kind of cool. Stereo, AC. It's blowing pretty cold too. It's not as ice cold as my 2015 Chevy Silverado, of course, but it is blowing cold. It is working. Hopefully it stays that way. But it wouldn't be much to repair if you had to. That's for sure. So, headliner. Real quick. Headliner's in great shape. Interior light works. Like I said, just a cool little Survivor, man. The doors open and close solid. Taillights are dim, but they're working, trust me. Been sitting a little while. I'm surprised it does run so smooth, but it is what it is. There's no weird sounds coming out of the engine compartment. Headlights are working, running lights down below, or the parking lights, they're on as well. I wouldn't lie to you. Super cool. Super cool old Monte. 1971. Big block, disc brakes, power steering, AC, power windows, the list goes on and on. So if you're looking for a cool car to restore, or one that won't break the bank, you know, to just get into the hobby, we've got one for you. 1971 Chevy Monte Carlo, and I left the headlights on. Let's fix that. Okay, so the big question, what are we asking? You know, one of the reasons I'm excited about this car is, you know, a lot of our stuff with prices today has gone, you know, crossed that threshold, that line of 30,000. We're up in the mid 30s, low 40s, 50s. I've even got a Viper in there for $85,000. You know, it's cool, but not everybody can afford that. So for the common guy with a couple kids looking to get into the hobby, doesn't have a huge budget, this one will work. And the asking price is $18,500 for a running and driving classic old muscle / luxury car. $18,500. We can help with financing. We don't do that in-house. Our preferred lender is JJ Best Bank. You can reach them at jjbest.com, and you can apply right online. Just let them know you spoke with Phil at Carcraft Classics and you're interested in the Monte Carlo. Or you can give me a call or shoot me a text, and I'll connect you with my JJ Best bank rep, and he'll be glad to take your application right over the phone. Shipping is not a problem. We can help ship this in the lower 48, put it in your driveway. We deal with a professional broker that can help us get that accomplished. And if you want to do any light customization to this car, let me know. Maybe a set of wheels or something along those lines. I like the rallies, but if you don't, remember, we're a wheel dealer for US Mags and Billet Specialties, Weld Wheels, Riddler, American Racing. We do with most of the manufacturers that make wheel and tire combos for these classic cars and trucks. So again, my name is Phil. I can be reached at 770-317-1415. This car does come with a clean title. And feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text if you want to schedule a test drive or if you got any questions. And thank you so very much for watching the video. Hopefully I didn't babble too much. Just want to get it all in and tell you about the car. So that's our 71 Monte Carlo. Again, thank you very much for watching the video. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. God bless America.